All right, this is a newspaper review of Women Radio 91.7, and today is the fourth day in the month of December. It's always a great time to be here on radio. My name is Fifolo Akirami, and of course, Fumi is not here today, so I'm stepping in for her. And I'm here with the most beautiful ladies also with me here on the show. I have my co-host and the analyst for the day. I'll let you introduce yourself for to everybody listening.
Okay, it's a pleasure for me to be doing this with you. Finny, this is the first time we're doing this together on radio,
Yes,
honestly.
yes.
I listen to you every evening and you bring smiles, you inspire, and you do a fantastic job.
Thank
So
you.
well done, well done, well done for representing women and
Thank
representing
you.
women radio well. Well done.
Thank you so
My name
much.
is Tom Okiwale Shonaya. I am honored to be co-hosting with you. Finny. Today, Wednesday, 3rd of December,
Yeah,
2025.
25.
Somebody,
Yeah.
please introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Sumbo Oladipo. I'm usually on Thursdays, but I have the privilege to come in today impromptu. But well, I'm loving it, and it's good to be on with you, Fumi. I mean, Fingy.
Yes, it's
Fumi,
okay.
Fingy. The two are sounding alike. Oh, well
So
done.
you see what Sumbo has done, right, is to be very humble, and this is what women do. We kind of
Yes.
downplay our strength. She just said, "I'm an analyst, and I'm here." So when it comes to women's rights, women's health, women's voices, amplifying women's voices wherever, um.
Yes.
Sumba is a person to go to, She
Mm.
consults for a lot of donor agencies. She consults for a lot of corporate organizations. When it comes to research, engaging, Sumba
Oh,
is a
wow.
person to go to. And look at the way she
Of
just
My
course.
introduced
head is
You
herself.
should
swelling.
take your
My head
flowers.
is swelling.
Look at the way she introduced herself.
Now only me waka come. So
Look at the way she introduced herself. And she analyzes if there's one thing, and I think this is why a lot of organizations bring Sumba on board. She says it the
Mm.
way it is. It doesn't matter who you are, what position you hold. She just gives you data and she tells you how to use that data to improve whatever situation we find ourselves. Sumba, we're very lucky to have you all the time. Thank you.
I am
Thank you.
privileged and blessed to be on.
You should definitely
See,
take
over
your
to you.
flowers. Yes,
Yes,
thank
take
you
your
so much.
flowers.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we have a lot of headlines this morning, but we're going to focus on some of them briefly. For Punch newspaper, we have U.S. lawmakers, Nigerian reps hold fresh sessions over rising insecurity, and Adeleke shuns Osun PDP primary as Adebayo emerges government candidate.
For me, it's refreshing to hear that Nigerian reps and US lawmakers are having conversations. It's really good to
Mhm.
hear to hear
Yes,
this. Yeah. So in the Guardian of today, Showore arraigned over alleged cyber crime. Badaru's resignation, if you remember, our defense minister stepped down.
yes.
So Badaru's resignation may trigger more high-level exits.
You mentioned that
And
yesterday as well.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
we did. Edo Assembly summoned two Baba's wife, Natasha, after viral video.
It is well.
I feel for Two Face. So
Two Face, yes. I
No,
really feel for him because this
it's
is
sad.
really sad. Really sad.
so you see, we talk about I just hope that I'm saying the right thing. We talk about mental health issues for women. It affects men in a
Men.
really, really bad way.
Mm. And we
Quite
don't
a
Men
know
number
don't
about it
talk.
now.
enough.
Men don't talk.
Quite a number now, Tom. Quite a
Don't
number.
talk. Men don't talk. And then to see his spokesperson, the people that used to work with him, come out and asking Nigerians, please help. And
Mm.
then Edo State, I just hope he will be in a good place. But I mean, we are women radio, but we also have to support the men in our
The
lives.
men,
Our
yes.
husbands, our
Mhm.
fathers, our brothers, our uncles. We can't do this without the men in our lives.
You can't.
And we really wish him all the best.
Hmm. It is well. Now on this day newspaper we have Tinubu hails troops fighting terrorism, says military sacrifice bolstering stability, and we also have president nominees former CDS General Christopher Musa as new defense minister. So we
Mixed
have a
feelings.
new defense
Feelings on that
minister.
one. Mixed feelings on that.
Yes, yes.
In the Daily Trust, we have fire kills family of 5 in Katsina. That's sad.
Oh, dear
And then
Lord.
on insecurity, Tinubu issues fresh directives to service chiefs.
Okay. In Vanguard newspaper, we have alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. U.S. lawmakers disagrees with FG. Why are they disagreeing? Okay, because it's really happening. So why the disagreement? But we also have Wike, Fayoshe, 9 others gets PDP expulsion certificates. And we also have gunmen kidnapped 5 River Varsity students, 14 bus passengers in Imo State.
I said to Fumi that I'm looking forward to a day that we will not have to talk about kidnapping.
Kidnapping.
I know that the president says he's doing a lot of things, but anyway, Premium Times, gunmen attack Nigerian governor's aides. Auditor falls NNPC for £14 million spent on London office. Fubara, lawmakers may clash again as Speaker accuses governor of negligence.
Okay, in the nation, you must give us, it says, you must give us better results. President tells service chiefs. Definitely, we must see better results. And Delta APC praises Tinubu for Omokri's ambassadorial nomination. We have court bars Sowore from making statements detrimental to national peace security.
We have women that can be nominated as well.
Yes, we
kind
do.
of
We
lot
do
of
have
women.
women.
Maybe we also need to start negotiating, engaging with people at the villa and put names forward. You know, when President Tinubu became president, when he was declared as winner, and I signed it, sent a letter to the presidency with names of 3 women in the corporate sector, technocrats in each state of Nigeria. 36 states of Nigeria, including FCT, we sent a list of 3 women that we know are competent, are capable, that have character. We sent to him. Consider this when you're making your appointment. 2 names were, we don't have personal relationship with them. Two names came up, and 2 women were appointed. But I'm wondering whether women, we need to be engaging and putting pressure on the government, because
be more
I know.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's lobbying.
Lobbying. Thank you.
I think that's a great work we're doing with, sorry, don't cut you. I think that's a great work that we're doing with the reserve seats bill. When it has been approved, we have more women come up in those positions. So it will be easier to say, okay, women should be here, women should be there. To be easier like that. Yes.
Yes, with a special seats bill. Absolutely, I agree with you. In the cable news of today, Turaki-led PDP issues expulsion certificate to Wike, Fayoshe, Sam Ayamu, 8 members. Tinubu meets service chiefs, demands results in fight against insecurity.
All right. In Daily Post, we have details of Tinubu's meeting with service chiefs emerge. We have Senate to screen ex-CDS Musa as dual defense minister today.
New defense minister, yeah.
Okay, new defense minister today. Pressure Nigeria to abolish Sharia law. This ban is by U.S. panel tells lawmakers.
Tribune of today, Senate to screen ex-CDS Musa for defense minister role today. Why Mahmoud Yakubu? INEC. Fani Kayode, the man that wanted to deal with journalists.
Yes.
Omokri made Tinubu's ambassadorial list presidency. And real reasons Governor Adeleke resigned from PDP commissioner. But so where is Governor Adeleke going to? Which party?
Honestly, I can't for the life of me think of it. But I read a news item late last night, or maybe the early hours of this morning, saying he was considering ABGA and I think ADC. I don't know how that's going to pan out for him.
Apparently, APC are. I don't think APC.
I don't think
they don't have room for him. Oh. they have a candidate already.
Yeah, they have a candidate already. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, all right.
For our pen pushing, we have Governor Adeleke shopping for new party ahead of the 2026 poll. And we have
He's
Tinubu
shopping.
nominate, yes. And we have Tinubu nominate Christopher Musa as new defense minister. Well, looks like we have a lot to talk about today on the show. So which is more pressing to you at the moment? Which, from everything stated earlier.
I mean, I don't know. We can just look at what should we look at? There are so many. There are so many, but I would love us to speak about the marital dispute of Two
Two-Face.
Face. And
Yes.
so, if you don't mind,
Natasha.
I can just go into the Punch um, newspaper of
Newspaper.
today. And it says Edo Assembly summons two Baba's wife on Tuesday, that's yesterday. If you remember, Natasha Irobosa, she's a member of the House of Edo State House of Assembly, representing
Yes.
the Go constituency. So they've summoned her. The Ethics and Privileges Committee have summoned her. She was invited to defend herself over allegations of misconduct leveled against her regarding her relationship
Yes, sir.
with the music legend Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Two-Face Baba. Apparently, they said that uh, the way, what has been happening, her conduct is dragging the name of the House of Assembly into the mud. And it is the responsibility of members of the Assembly to conduct themselves well. She's been trending on social media and television for the wrong reason, and they said
Reasons.
her attitude has brought disrepute to the House, and they're not going to tolerate it. Obviously, fans of Tu Baba, they've expressed deep concern over his marriage following series of disturbing videos circulating online. In fact, one video
Online.
as captured by Punch Metro. So we saw a heated exchange between Two-Face Baba and Natasha, and this was I think it was hosted by the popular
Daddy
media
Freeze.
Daddy Freeze, who also, I mean, it's been a lot of
Yes,
this
I believe.
triggered widespread anxiety among fans and industry watchers. And I mean, for me, for us as Women Radio, we don't condone violence. We don't condone
Not
any
at
form of.
all.
I mean, this is
No.
16 days of activism on gender, violence
Activism.
Mhm,
against
Yes.
mhm.
activism, and then to now see this happen to one of our legends, because whether you like it or not, Two-Face Baba belongs to all of us. He's a Nigerian
Oh,
He
yeah.
treasure.
does.
And we've seen him a few times where people say that he's fragile, from one relationship to the other. In fact, there was a time I read somewhere that because he's not staying with one woman, he keeps going from one to
Mm.
the other. It could also be a situation of his mental state. And
Mental.
then look at where, yes, he found himself. And, people are worried. People are worried. And they're saying that Nigerian men, people are saying Nigerian men, come out and help him. It's not just Nigerian men. It also matters to us what happens to our men. So, but the assembly calling their member to order. I want to know what you think about this. It would be good to hear your opinion, Sumbo, on the fact that they put their foot down and they're saying, this house will not be brought into disrepute. What do you say to that, Sumbo?
Well, you know, I think my first instinct when I read that item of news this morning was to say, so what, we're House of Assembly, what's their own in this matter? But then I recall that when that marriage happened, shortly after, Natasha took Two-Face to the Edo State House of Assembly.
Yes.
He attended a session. So by that very act, I believe that they've given the authority in court for the State of Assembly to intervene, into the matter.
The
But
marital
when we
affairs.
put that aside also, I don't also think it's too far off for them to do what they are doing now because look, to be a statesman, to be a member of the House, it must be a combo of not just competence, like you said, Tom, earlier, not just competence, not just capacity, but character also. There is
Yes.
a minimum level of ethical behavior that is required for anybody who calls him or herself a statesman. You're representing, that unit of government. You are the face of that unit of government, and there are things that are expected of you. There's an ethical behavior that is expected of
Good.
you. So, in that wise, I think that they are right. And then finally, we're here now talking about the fact that, look, the man needs help. A lot of people in the public have called out, some with tears, really, really genuinely concerned. So it might be their own way of saying, okay, let's step into this situation and, ultimately help the man. So for me, it's a step in the right direction.
Okay.
Let's see if that house, would be able to put some degree of sanity into that relationship. But then again, Tom, very enough from there, that I mean, it's an opportunity to speak to this gender-based violent thing. We go about facilitating on it, and one thing that has continually rung out now is the fact that, look, you've been concentrating on the girl child, on the female, on women and girls. Men and the male child are also suffering quietly. And
Yes.
because of our socialization, that men, they are considered weak if they come out and say, oh, my wife is giving me problems at home and all of that.
Very true.
So that stigmatization, okay, keeps them away from speaking. And we know that talking about your challenges is a very good way of reducing the stress that it brings. When we do counseling, Tom, what do? We just listen to you talk. We listen to you pour out your mind, and it's a therapy on its own. So, I'm saying you're using this medium to say, peradventure, it's time we also began to put a little concentration, at least, on the male gender and the issue of violence. Kind of give them a soft landing, make it
Yes.
easy for people who got affected to come out and speak about it, and then we're not putting so much energy putting and women are the weaker side and vulnerable, but we have known of several situations when the woman when the woman is the stronger sex, so in this regard. So,
Mm.
it's something to begin to look into.
Thank you so
You
much,
know,
Simbo. That was
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to still talk to speak to this issue. Natasha herself could also be
Hmm.
a victim
Oh, yes.
in all of
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
What is playing
Mm-hmm.
out could be that is it externalizing or internalizing her own challenges, her own issues
And
as well,
battles. Yes. Silent
Our
battles.
frustrations.
Mm.
you know. And for me, for me, what I'm seeing is the fact that the Edo State Assembly got involved just tells me that they mean well as well. It's not just about
Mm-hmm.
APC and PDP and APGA,
Mm.
this
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
insecurity and all of those. It shows that they actually care about family,
Family.
the unit,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
family unit, because that's where all of this stem from. If you are a victim, if you are a perpetrator, it starts for me. It starts from the home, and that for me, it's encouraging to see them get involved in things like this. And I really do pray and hope that both Natasha and Two-Face will find a solution. You don't have to be together. Oh, that's what we need
Um,
to be telling people. You don't have to stay in a relationship and kill yourself. In fact, I've heard people say, look, sometimes it's best for you to be out of that relationship that you can try and resolve from outside.
Yes,
Oh,
from
yes.
outside.
Because we don't want anybody dead. 16 days
We
of
don't want
activism,
stories.
gender-based violence.
Yeah.
Gender is not just women. We know that women
Mhm.
suffer most, but gender is
But
not just
men
women.
also go through
Men
this.
do.
Yes.
Men are victims, peculiar victims who don't like to talk because men have been told to be macho.
To be
You know,
quiet.
Mhm.
to be
Yes.
quiet, to be quiet, to be quiet, especially when the woman gets physical and is very mouthy, they tend to be quiet. So we're seizing this opportunity to let our men know that we love you, we care for you, our fathers,
We really do.
our husbands, our brothers,
Brothers.
our
Yes.
uncles, our nephews, our male colleagues, we care for you. If you are experiencing any form of violence, emotional, financial, physical, which one? Verbal, verbal.
All
It should
of
be
the above.
physical,
All
all
of
of the
it.
above.
Yes.
Please speak. Speak, find somebody to talk to. Do anonymous letters because we don't want to lose anybody.
Yes.
This is Women Radio, WFM 91.7.
91.7.
Over to you, Phoenix.
Yes, thank you so much, Tomo. Thank you so much, Simbo. That was such a robust contribution to the subject this morning, because I love the fact that men are now speaking up, and when men speak, society should not shun them or make them silent, because just like women need solutions, men also need solutions. Men need rescuing as well. They are not they should not be allowed to be macho all the time. At the end of the day, they're humans just like we are. If you'd like to join the conversation this morning, you want to share your thoughts with us on the things we're talking about this morning, you can call us on 07000 917 917 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. Our toll-free number is 0800 1235 917. Let us know what your thoughts are this morning on the various topics, on the various issues happening in Nigeria at the moment. A lot is happening. We got a message from our WhatsApp platform now. So let me just read that so we can, it says, excellent morning, ladies. If I must say something on two-face issue, he should accept Jesus and go close to God for mercy. By the way, does he go to church, and which church? Okay. I think it's not so much, for religious people, but it's not so much of a religious matter. When there is violence, face it as violence. If the issue starts when we start to go to church to attend issues that need strict measures. So you go to pray for somebody that doesn't need praying. You pray for issues that common sense tells you to leave this marriage, but you stay there and say, let me pray about it. And that's where the problem starts from. So, okay, we have a call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, looks like the network is not so great over there.
Okay. The numbers to call,
still,
feel free to call again.
All right, the number still remains 07000 917 917. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to have our madam invited this morning. I used to listen to her. My name is Emmanuel Ogidi from Korodu.
You're welcome,
Emmanuel.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
So what I want to say is I want to advise Edo State House to stay out of our man's marriage, two-faith. We respect him, we love him, we are praying for him. And Nigerians should please stay out of that marriage. We should pray for them. I understand where the woman is coming from. Two-faith has a lot of women being attracted to him. So he should try and make the woman understand. Then we should just pray for them. We should pray for them.
Emmanuel.
My own marriage.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Emmanuel, go ahead.
After my own marriage. So this is my 9th year. I've been separated. I've been alone for 9 years, and this has been as a result of outsiders influencing my marriage. So I don't want that for two-faith. So may God help us. Let's just pray for them.
Amen.
Everyone should stay away. Good morning.
Okay, thank you so much, Mano, for calling. We really appreciate your contribution. Sumba, what do you think about that?
You know, we need to look at the situation critically. I'm also one person who believes that a lot of marriages go through challenges, because of what I call external interference. And some
Yes.
who have challenges of their own are, they're magnified, by external interference. But then we cannot throw away the baby and the bathwater. We cannot throw away the place of interference, in some situations, particularly one like this. Why? Because, the way we're looking at this matter, a number of people are afraid for the life of Two-Face, and that is why people are crying out and pleading. Some have become so highly emotional about it. So peradventure, if we are able to get anyone, any organization or whatever it is, any party, that would be the right word, to come in a positive manner, look at
Yes.
the situation. What can we do to help to assist? Now, Tom was saying something earlier on that the girl herself, Natasha herself, could be a victim. Well, in the work that I do, we actually call them survivors because, we're trying to avoid some stigmatization also. But you see, what I see here, it has been researched into and found out that a number of times people who are abusers have within their own history, a situation of abuse also. And so we say
Very true.
abusers often abuse other people. And you can
Mm.
look, when you look at it, because though I sat down and very unlike me, I don't get involved in things like that. But I sat down and listened to all the videos I could lay my hands on that issue. And there was one that was very long that I couldn't even listen to throughout. After I must have listened to God knows how many minutes of it, where Daddy Free sat down and got, the Kaka guy, the manager, and another guy who were with him in London, who are his, managers and all of that. And that Kaka guy was asked, when last did you see him? He said, I've stepped away because it had become too toxic for him. Where do you think? He said, I think it's in Abuja. And they were talking about trying to reach him. He said, I hope you can reach him. So you could see a situation of, a man actually giving up on the situation. We don't want it to go that really bad. We want someone to be able to step in and say, okay, even if it's to say to them, you need to separate for a while, okay, to arrest this situation. We can't, and then you mentioned it earlier, Finn. Prayers,
Yes.
look, I'm a Christian, and interestingly, I'm a leader in church, and I
Mm.
sit even as head of a prayer and counseling department. But I, because of the work that I do and the experience that I have, tell them that look, there are issues that are not going to be solved, through
Goodness.
prayers alone.
Mm.
There's nothing wrong in praying for people. However, things have to be dealt with. I mean, if somebody has cancer, you don't say you want to put them down to pray. You send them to the hospital to get
And then
treatment.
pray for them. Yes.
And then pray for them. So it's a combo of the two. Now,
Mm.
this kind of situation is actually something that requires medical attention. There are mental issues playing out here. Nigeria does not yet understand mental issues. What we say is, were a madman. When we say mental, what comes to our mind is that man that is running naked and raving mad on the street. Not necessarily. Mental state of health. These are things that need to be looked into. And don't
Yes.
forget that Two-Face is coming out of one marriage, and you never know the full import of what must have happened within that marriage, and even this one. Everybody now, Tom is out there. Oh, Two-Face, Two-Face. You said something very serious. You don't know Natasha's situation.
Mm.
So please, it's a step in the right direction for the Edo State Assembly to come up and say, look, we just want to mediate. We just want to see how we can help. If you know how to pray, gentleman Emmanuel, please continue to pray for them. But let let the right thing that needs to be done, please be done.
Thank you so much, Sumbo. You gave a perfect summary to everything this morning. We have some messages on our WhatsApp platform. So I'm just going to read them as well. It says that on this Natasha and Baba story, I believe that the man has been unfortunate with women over the years, and he needs help so that that girl would not be his total downfall. Baba, repent fully and marry just Jesus and declare for heaven. Okay, and then he also says, because if this man Baba, the legend, as they call him, no day careful, the wrong woman may end his life. Don't forget the case of Samson. That's from Hereford, from Iju. Okay, not forget the case of Samson. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that. I think we should move to the next story. I believe that I like the fact that people are speaking up for the safety of Subaba, and I hope that he gets the help that he needs as soon as possible. Right. So the next story today would be okay. From Vanguard newspaper, it says alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. U.S. lawmakers disagrees with federal government. Sumba, what's your thoughts on that? Why are they, alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria? U.S. lawmakers disagrees with federal government. This is actually happening in Nigeria at the moment. We have evidences showing that Christians are being killed on a daily basis. I mean, those the ones we see on social media, on the media, are the ones that we can say, okay, this is actually happening. It's just a sign that a lot is also happening that we are not aware of at the moment. So a lot of genocide is currently happening in Nigeria, but the US lawmakers are disagreeing with the federal government. Why do you think that is happening? And what's your thoughts on it?
That's a very interesting, because to think that all of this narrative that we are having today originated from the US itself, and they came up and said, oh, there's Christian genocide before, people began to speak to that. Now, I don't know how they kind of just quickly veered to the other side to say that it's no longer happening, if that is what I understand by this report. Are they saying that Christian genocide is a farce?
Hmm.
If that is what they are saying, for me, everything we do, before we come out and make absolute statements, I consider data. Data is all. Data speaks to everything. So when we come out and say that in Nigeria there's Christian genocide, we need data to make that narrative,
Yes.
acceptable. Okay. However, what we have been able to do is that people have come out suddenly to begin to make reports, particularly from some regions in Nigeria. Now, for me, such people, a number of them have come out with evidences in code.
Hmm.
I mean, you cannot, I'm not sure you can lie about people who have died. I mean, and if you do, they will ask you to provide the evidences. So we have this gentleman,
Yeah.
this reverend gentleman that has been on the forefront of this, debate, and he comes out and gives you numbers and figures and all of that. For us to say that that is not true, we need the, opposing data to counter
Exactly.
that information that is being put out there. But at this point in time, I'm a Christian, and so if you ask me, it's easy for me to say, my friend, there's Christian genocide and all of that. But let me ask us a question: is there genocide in the whole of this country?
Hmm.
Because that's the truth of the matter. I kept saying that this terrorism thing has a lot of heads. It's hydra headed. There are several strings to it. You have the political string to it, you have the economic string to it, you have the social string to it, you have the religious string to it. Okay? And so,
Yeah.
depending on which group is carrying out dastardly attacks, okay, it will help you to understand who their victims are, who their targets are. Boko Haram came out saying, look, we don't even want what do you call Western civilization here. We don't want schools and all of that. And then they went on rampage and began to attack. I don't think that the attack was totally targeted at a particular religion. I don't think so. But then you have ISWAP, who for me is more or less, political, wanting to take over, okay,
Yeah.
the government, if possible, the entire world. Who, they are jihad advocates and all of that. Now, that particular sect might concentrate attention on opposing religion, on Christians, that has been their first target. And let me also say that they are soft targets because the religion, the faith of Christianity does not encourage you to fight back, does not encourage an eye for an eye. So you often find out that Christians, they just take it in their stride, they suck it in, which is what has been done over the years, particularly in the central part of Nigeria, the Benue, the Nasarawa, and
Yeah.
all those, states. But I think that maybe the time is just right for these things to be checked and nipped, with this situation that we have in hand, because all of a sudden you're just hearing cries and heels from every part of the country. But I keep saying it that Nigeria has become a death zone. It's like we're all living in a mortuary. I mean, and this is what we deal with every single day. Kidnappers on the rampage, those ones are economically, based. They kidnap you, they want money and all of that. So the whole thing has become so hydra-headed that it's difficult to put a finger on one particular, string of it. But the US, I don't know, maybe they are trying to backtrack. I don't know what their issues are. But for me, we should look at the totality of the security situation in Nigeria and ensure that the nation is one in which everybody can live, irrespective of your ethnicity. There's also ethnic, people can also say there's ethnic cleansing. Okay, when they talk about
Yes.
herdsmen and farmers and all of that, all villages have been displaced and taken over. I mean, it's difficult for you to argue against it that it's not ethnic cleansing. So all of these things, it's just become a chaotic situation. And I do not think that anyone is safe. I think that the average Nigerian has become an endangered species in his own, state, which is a very, very sad thing. So let's look, yes, Christian genocide, I think now they are trying to address it, but let's look at the bigger picture and understand that, this thing has gone, it's really gone out of hands.
I mean, I think it's a good a conversation they had. I'm just looking at the Vanguard where
Okay.
from their side, from the US side, they're saying that though Nigeria had taken some initial corrective steps, which included reassigning about 100,000 police officers from VIP protection details, but they're still warning that
Yeah.
we are entering a coordinated and deeply troubling period of escalated violence. And of course, from our own side, I mean, they're saying, no, that is not right. They from the other side, they're saying that they have it on record. In fact, one of us
Yeah.
said that there's also a higher Muslim casualty count, which reflected geography, not equal targeting, different postulations from both sides. For us as Nigerians, we just want peace. at the end of the
That's
day.
it.
We just want
That's
peace,
it.
whichever way you're going
Yes.
to resolve it, whether you agree or in fact, people can disagree to agree. Let us have peace. And I think that is what Nigerians are calling on. If you would like to be part
Calling
of
for
newspaper review, please call us 07000 917 917. And I think,
Good
Hello,
morning,
good
good
morning.
morning. Oh,
good morning, women. Good morning, women in the city. I'm really enjoying you.
Thank you. What's your
Good
name and where are you
morning.
calling from?
Madam Adeto, this is Evangelist Gibson calling from Ogba.
thank you,
You're welcome.
Evangelist. Oh. Thank you, Evangelist Dixon. How are you, sir?
Adeto, I'm looking forward to see you one day. I always like your comments. Not because
Wow.
you have never been. I'm Madam Buki also.
She's a
Madam
veteran.
We are trying. We are trying.
I did this your program because of you.
Mm.
And that day and the other person that used to. See, we don't have any other country. Let us love ourselves and love our country. Like what rightly so we say Christian genocide. Person like us an evangelist. I told you I have Bible, I have Quran. And a genuine Muslim we have Bible because Quran chapter 10, verse 94 still refer you to the Bible. That if you don't believe the word of the Bible, then you are not believer. So when you say genuine Muslim you have Bible, you believe the word of the Bible, and that person will believe in Jesus and this. So don't see these people. If you say Christian genocide, American coming, they will scatter our country. That's why we're not winning the war. Look at Israel now. When something happens, you never ask how many Christians, how many Muslims. They unite together, and you have many Muslims there. How are they able to win the war? How can we not united if we are not one? And you allow religion right? All these politicians, they after their own interest. Let me tell you, their interest comes first. This thing, most of them that happen in politics, so it's military. I think it's during the time of military. Can't show this nonsense. On gender-based, I've been married for 35, 36 years now. I thank God. Marriage is so easy. It's give and take. Kind of we are going to marriage expecting a lot. Not what can I do to make my marriages work. I know how many people that God has used me. Not so many marriages that God has used me. To say, again. Communication matter a lot. There's some instance I have gone into somebody's house. Somebody has location. Sometimes when you're beating the wife, sometimes I have to stop the fight and for both of them. And I say communication gap matters a lot in a marriage. You know, marriage is the foundation. And devil try to attack the marriage. Because the marriage is our home that feeds the society. It's our home that feeds the church. So when the home is scattered, there's no other place we're going to. Because it's the home. We don't think of that feed the church, that feed the society. So if we don't get it right in our home, we're going to have a problem. As I told you yesterday, my daughter that's getting married. And then don't expect much. Don't expect much. So go there, what you can do to make them. And don't listen to outside people who have destroyed their own. They will come to us. Show me your friend. I tell you, if you're a friend of a single parent, you end up being a single parent. People will come, you don't think before you ask. They will come and when they say that you and your husband, you know, they will come in and tell you, I did allow this, and you will not reason before you think you start attacking. And that's what so many marriages are in Istanbul, because many of us, we don't. Coming to the Bible, see, I study the Bible and follow that. Many of us come and say, look reward it. You are truly Christian when you say you're a Christian, you belong to the family of God. And the Bible must be all and all. If you follow it, how God is with you. It is God that instituted the marriage. And he gave us this that if you are following all this, you know that when your wife that the weaker vessel, there's some kind of person you'll be able to know how. Because my wife is not going to so that's what God says. Yes, man is here, but when that woman is not happy, it's going to affect your person. I have to be ready to make sure that my wife, you don't have it. You don't have it. You have to understand sometimes. You understand what I'm saying. I will say to you, I'm move ahead. So it cannot be rosy. People coming together. It's not easy. So you should study the Bible and communication gap when something happens. Call your husband, call your wife. This. You need to settle and move. Don't so much allow people outside. You want to destroy your marriage, they destroy their marriage. People can follow this Bible. And when you need to make it in America, the society will be okay because it is marriage, our home, foundation that is church we are going. In the society, right. You get it right. Let us always do that. And then anybody wants to do the same thing. Well, please come back to God and do that. When we study this Bible and follow the Bible totally, the one will not be what it is. Because the same thing is love. If you love somebody, can you do it with love or hatred or not? This in Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. It's all about love. People just study this Quran. I studied that. I called them. That's how I get so many Muslims to, and God bless you. God, Nigeria will be great again. God bless you. God bless
Amen.
you.
Amen.
Thank you,
Thank you
Deacon.
so
Thank you,
much.
Evangelist Dixon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your thoughts, for sharing your thoughts with us this morning. That was very, very profound. And he actually said a lot of things which are very, very true. And I think it relates to the message we just got on WhatsApp now. And I want somebody to react to that as well. It says, a nice morning to you all in the studio, my fellow Nigerians. The front and back of genocide of a thing is just a deceit from the Nigerian government and those that have hidden agenda against the Christians. The plan of the Boko Haram and their sponsors is to make sure Nigeria becomes like a Turkey Republic that is once 100% Christian, but now 100% Muslim. The real men of God in Nigeria are not up to 5%. How can I call you man of God when you cannot defend your faith and the faith of your followers? No wonder the Bible tells us that many are called, but few are chosen. Many of them are after tithe and offering. How can a responsible man of God will say that what is happening in Nigeria is not a genocide? It's quite unfortunate. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigeria. That's from Mayor from Ikotegi.
Well, it's not a bad prayer. Trouble those who are troubling us. We say
Of
amen
course.
to that. I mean,
Mhm.
God knows those who are truly troubling us. However, I've seen a lot of, men of God, so to speak, being, called out that they're not speaking and all of that. I think that, a number of them, and this is not to make a case for them, but I think maybe not, maybe some of them are just trying to be circumspect, are trying not to hit up a situation that is already bad because the situation is bad. And look, there's nothing like as terrible as a religious war. We've seen nations that have gone through that, and getting out of it has been tough if they ever did at all. And we don't want that
Yes.
in Nigeria. And when we even think about our population, where are we going to run to? So we need to be circumspect. We need to be able to, calm down. There's a Yoruba proverb that says that, when the sea is roaring hard, you do not roll it hard also. You have to be calm. So
Exactly.
I think that for people, they are not necessarily denying. Some of them are just staying silent and not speaking to it. Let's put that on one side for now and just speak to solutions. Can we just speak to solutions? Can we just reduce our magnifying the problem and blame trading is this, is that, is that, is this, and just concentrate as a house, as a corporate entity to see life restored to our nation. And I think that the government, is doing things. I think that for once, they are taking this serious and they are putting the right steps into it. Let's give them a chance and see where this goes. Okay? Because over the
Okay.
years, we have not even touched this thing at all. It's like it's been a sacred cow. But now we're seeing a bit of movement. Let's wait it out and see how far it goes and continue, to just do the best that you can do as an individual. Make your contributions to the upliftment of this country, and it shall be well with us. Nigeria will rise.
Thank you very much. 20
Amen.
minutes after 8. 20 minutes after 8 on Women Radio, WFM 91.7. We need to quickly take do you have a call?
No, we don't have a
So
call
let's
yet.
quickly take the last
The
story.
last one.
This is
Yes.
the Turaki-led National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. They have issued expulsion certificates to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. They also issued the same expulsion certificate to former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayoshe, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, Umaru Baturi, Kamarudin Ajibade, who is a son, Abdulrahman Mohammed, Senator Mao Ohabunwa, Mr. Austin Nwachuku, Abraham Ama Nana, George Tuna, and Chief Dan Obi. And they said they had to do that because with that certificate, they can go shopping. They can go shopping like our governor in yeah. So they can go shopping. They can register with other political parties. They are able to show this certificate as proof that they are no longer members. Now, the question I want to pose to you, Sumbo, they have carried out, I believe, a legit step, a decision. Is Wike and Ayofayoshi and others, are they accepting this expulsion? Because that's important to know. Are they accepting the expulsion? Did the party do the right thing? Did they do the right thing? And are these members accepting the right the decision? And is this a way forward for PDP?
You know, it's unfortunate, but between you and I, they have succeeded in killing the giant too. You know, I don't see how PDP is going to come out of this. You know, first and foremost, I believe that this case is in court. I think that Wike and his other members that were, expelled from the party went to court to challenge that expulsion. And if that be the case, then it's not yet Uhuru, as they say. All right. Now, with Wike and the others, will they accept the expulsion, certificate? Your guess is as good as mine. I can beat my chest and say they will not. These are people that are not afraid of trouble. Okay. However, for me, my question is, how do you belong to two parties at the same time? Because that's a genuine question.
But do they belong to two parties?
Okay, they maintain that they are still PDP, but on loan to APC.
Let's use Wike as an example.
Okay.
Wike is not saying, did anybody say he's not a member of PDP? It's just that the president appointed him. He's a Nigerian. Wike is a Nigerian, and the president can appoint anybody.
But he has been working. He has been working against the party. No.
Let me now say something. He has been. He probably is working for Nigeria. For me, he probably is working for Nigeria. He still had issues with Fubara. He's a member of PDP now.
But he's been accused of anti-party activities.
Has Wike ever come out to say, I am a member of APC?
No, he's not.
No.
Did our governor in Oyo State not work with Wike during last election? Did he not?
Okay. Let me go to Yoruba. They say, Kosaki tomo buruku. There's no dumping. There's no garbage dumping side for a bad child. You just have to find a way of.
Let me also say that he's only in Nigeria. I know that. Don't let me say he's only in Nigeria. If you are a Republican, we know you are a Republican. In your actions, in your behavior. If you're a Democrat, if you're a Democrat, we know you are. Same thing in the UK, Labour or what, we know who you are.
These are die-hard party members.
Hard, and you see them year in, year out. That's where they want to. If you're a Tory, you are a Tory. That's where they want to die. It is in Nigeria that you wake up one morning, you are PDP, in the afternoon, you are APC, in the evening, you are APGA. In the middle of the night, you turn Labour.
How many parties has Atiku been in? How many parties has Atiku been in? You see, because in Nigeria, the party is just a platform for you to realize your political ambition. And then there are no ideologies that any party is sitting on. That's the problem. When you talk of Republicans, you know what they stand for. Talk of the Democrats, you know what they stand for. Same in the UK. In Nigeria, there's nothing, there's no ideology, there's nothing, 6 fingers of a leprous hand or 5 fingers of a leprous hand. That's what it is, unfortunately.
Ah, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad.
It's
It's sad.
really sad.
It's sad. It's sad.
Na Jankara market.
It's really, really sad. And that is why there's no integrity, there's no credibility. Everybody is just
Nothing,
jumping.
nothing.
Doing
Uh-huh.
anything.
Mm-hmm. I say Jankara market, we go shopping. Eh? I thought, when are you going to buy your own?
Buy your own
thing.
party. Oh God, may
Oh,
God
wow.
really help Nigeria. May God help us in Nigeria. Those are some of the headlines we're able to touch this morning on the newspaper review on the Full Breakfast Show. We still have a lot of, headlines, and you can do well to go to get a newspaper today, get informed, get to know what's going on in Nigeria. It's not just I'm a citizen by mouth, get to know what is really going on in your country. So when people are speaking, you have one or two things to say as well. Thank you so much to my co-host for today, from Kiwali Shonaya, and to you, Sumbo.
Yes. I just want to say that is a few days to when the House of Representative members would need to vote for the special seats bill, HB
Oh, yeah.
1349. We are
Yes.
seizing this opportunity to beg you, to appeal to you. Please do what is right for Nigeria so that we can be proudly Nigerians. Please vote for the special
Vote.
seats bill, HB House Bill 1349.
1349.
House Bill 1349. House
1349.
Bill
House Bill
1349. My name is Tomo Kewale Shonaya.
1349.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so
Bye.
much, Sumbo. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Always a privilege.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful
All
day,
right.
Nigerians.
And you too. And you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will be all on the Full Breakfast Show on Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. I hope you had a swell time this morning. Coming up by 9 a.m. is our lens. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. My name is Fifolua Kirami. Enjoy the rest of your morning.
Women Radio 91.7. Sweet